You're listening to the AfterBuzz TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your number one source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith Johnson.
The AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California. Presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AfterBuzz TV's WWE SmackDown After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AfterBuzz TV's WWE SmackDown After Show.
Yeah, good evening everyone and welcome to AfterBuzz TV's Friday Night SmackDown After Show. I am Kaori Takee. Yes, that is me. Oh, what's the change? I was so excited that it was Yoshitatsu.
Nope, this is better.
What just happened?
This works better.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right, well, next to me is Goofy.
Yes. In the house.
But
today.
really not Goofy.
Nah. Rome Moore in the building, as always.
Yes.
How are you doing today?
I'm fabulous.
Those are some mighty pink gloves you got there.
Really?
And next to Rome, we've got Hobo.
I feel like I'm being outclassed most of the time. I'm the most ridiculous one on these shows.
Nah, we had to one-up you today.
I see that. I
I
was
was
not
like-
prepared.
I'm gonna have to pick up Hobo from the street, so I may need to bust out my.
Yeah.
Usually vinyl or rubber is the way to go. I don't usually get frisked with big old Mickey Mouse hands.
Gigantic ones.
Oh,
At
more
least
hands to
it's
touch.
soft when it cups. Well, never mind.
And moving on.
Okay, yes, it is soft though, FYI. All right, so let's get into SmackDown. Before we do, overall thoughts: good, bad, okay.
Okay. I'd be right in the middle with today's show.
Yeah, not a particularly strong final SmackDown before going into the pay-per-view, but I guess this is all we got, so here it is.
Yeah, I mean, there were some fun moments, and there were some less fun moments. So, all right, so first, the Shield enters through the stands, and they have a quick little chat about how they are going to rule this pay-per-view against the Evolution. So, yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
I mean,
it was interesting. I really wanted to see the guy that it was reported in the dirt sheets that a guy jumped over the rail at the same time as Rollins or around that same time. And I really wanted to see that because my favorite part of wrestling shows are when fans jump the rail.
Oh, yeah, I know you have
Yeah.
plenty of experience with that.
Yeah, just a little bit. Just a little bit.
is that another story for another
Yeah.
day?
Yep.
Another story, another day, but you can ask a certain lemon about it.
Have you guys ever wrestled against each other?
Oh, yeah. Several times.
Oh, that
Yeah.
would.
This is one of my
cool.
favorite opponents, one of my favorite guys to be in the ring with.
Yeah, in case you guys haven't seen them, I've seen them both, not against each other, but
You
they're
didn't come
really
that
good, really good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I did try.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So.
and he does. I've seen him train. He leaves his buggy outside, and he comes in and busts his ass and goes back out, gets on the buggy. I have no idea where he showers. I don't.
So YMCA.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, cool.
No,
There it is.
absolutely.
All right.
There you go.
The Y is so reliable. Friendliest guys in there, too.
Yeah.
Just the best.
I asked him out to dinner sometime, and he turns it down. It's
Oh,
weird.
well,
Yeah.
you
I
know.
like to pay my own way, and when I can, I don't. So
Yeah. See, there it is.
Well, all right, so let's talk about the Shield a little bit. How are you guys feeling about the Shield? Do you guys think, we're going to get into predictions today, of course, but how do you feel about this promo?
To tell you the truth, even because I've seen the Shield deliver this promo so many times, I've seen Rollins come out and be the workhorse on the mic that he is. I've seen Ambrose come out and be the loose cannon, which I love watching. But I'm just waiting on Roman Reigns and The Rock at WrestleMania 31 if that's when it happens. Like I'm already there. Yeah, so I see him there. You know, he looks like Drago. So
Yeah.
he's doing his thing.
He does
Yeah.
look like Drago, yeah.
Yeah, I just want him, just get to that point where he's the star they want him to be.
But we always feel that way with a lot of the superstars in WWE. We're just wanting them to get where we want them to be, and sometimes it takes a lot longer, and sometimes they never make it.
Plans have changed a lot
Yeah.
over the last several months. I mean, the Shield was breaking up, and now they're back together. They're solid. They're a united front, and we're not going to see Roman Reigns break off now for a little while. That's just how it's going to be, and we have to be, happy with it, at least for right now. I like seeing the Shield. I like seeing all of them together. Even Reigns by himself would be good, but them together, man, I believe in the Shield.
Yeah. I believe in the Shield,
You
too.
believe in the Shield as well?
Especially Roman Reigns, though.
Oh, well.
I'm just saying.
We'll find out if you're believing in the
He
Shield
has
at the end of the
longer.
show.
My man box.
He's got longer hair than you.
There's a lot of my man box in this show, but anyway.
Yeah, he's got a lot of man boxes.
SmackDown is good with the man box. All right, so let's talk quickly about the next match. We had Kofi, who was already in the ring, and then Cesaro comes in looking smooth and fine and mighty and spectacular with Paul Heyman, pound for pound, the strongest man in the WWE. I know this match is going to be short the moment you see these two at it, but it also got me excited, not in that way for that particular moment, but it got me excited because Kofi and Cesaro had one of the best matches last year on Main Event. So it was kind of cool to see them at it again. Mm-hmm. Overall thoughts on this match, you guys?
Well,
Well, let's talk about...
I mean, obviously, if Kofi doesn't get an entrance, it's going to be short.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we kind of knew where this was going right off the bat.
Kofi barely ever gets an entrance anymore.
He's reliable, and that is a positive and a negative.
Yeah. Yeah. Not speaking about him so much, but talking about Cesaro, wondering what happened to that super push of momentum he had
Yeah.
at the beginning, right after Mania. I know where it went because everybody wanted to cheer him. Everybody was starting to cheer him, but they need him to be a heel. So they just cut back a little bit on it, kind of put him in the box that he was originally in before WrestleMania. And it's kind of dragging now because I want to see more. I know what they want to do with him. Him, Bad News Barrett, Roman Reigns, they're the future of the company.
We want them to do it already.
Right,
That's the
but
thing.
it's you're playing a long game. You've got to see this really long setup, and I mean they may have had ideas for Cesaro, but what happened just took some of the wind out of his sail.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
But this match did showcase both of them. You had Kofi flying as usual, and then Cesaro obviously with his hot and sexy uppercut.
They are fan favorites. They
Yeah,
really are, and
they
it
are.
shows because their styles are quite catching.
Mm-hmm. And when Cesaro pins Kofi, he comes back again and neutralizes him.
Yeah.
So
The couple things I did like in the match, the blocked arm drag, that was really nice. With Cesaro just literally just like, no, I'm not going.
there's a lot of cool moves.
Yeah, they did a few. I haven't, but you don't see that a lot. Where a guy's going for an arm drag, and he literally just stopped it standing there and lifted him back up off the ground.
Yeah.
That was nice. The uppercut off the attempted. I don't even know what Kofi was going for, but Kofi. I won't call him Kofi until he wins. I told you this. I've announced it on this show.
I'm gonna start calling you Rom.
I told you I'm gonna call him Coffee Bean until Kofi wins a match. And it's gonna.
I like that.
I think I'm gonna be calling him Coffee Bean for
quite a while.
Yeah.
Unless something dramatic happens.
Kofi will not win. I don't know what's going on.
Do any of you guys know what this move is?
No, but it's from the same store that Batista's thing is from.
I love it.
Yeah.
So
It's
cute.
the firing of the cannons.
Yeah.
Yeah, Batista, I think, has a machine gun. I'm not
Yes.
sure. Yeah, but yeah.
So-
He fires it every time it comes out.
Yeah, well, I like it. Boom. I don't do it as
just like
brutal. Mine is cute.
Yeah, it's not.
It's like, hi. Okay, especially with these gloves. It just is not working out. But real quick, we are going to go over to commercial break. Cue it up, Steven.
Hey guys, Maria Menounos here, and I want to share my newest book, The Every Girl's Guide to Diet and Fitness, with you. Basically, every woman always stops me and asks me how I lost 40 pounds. So I decided to put it all in one book. Everything I did to lose 40 pounds step by step, and how you can too, is in here. I did it with no time, no money, and no willpower, and now I'm going to show you how to do it too. You can pre-order it on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Target, Walmart, wherever books are sold, and it's out June 3rd. So I hope you guys love it. I hope it helps you in your weight loss journey, and please, please tweet me and update me on your progress at Maria Menounos. Thanks.
Guys, you can get Maria's body. Well, not really, but you can try to get her bombdaggle body on sale. Her book comes out in just a few days.
I was about to
It's
say, you
quite
know, we
inspiring.
got a lot of male listeners, and you're telling them they can get Maria's body.
That's
You
why I
don't
was
wanna
like, well,
put
you
that
can't
message
really
out there.
get
Well,
that
a lot
body.
of surgery
She
and
has
a lot of hair removal. You too could have Maria Menounos.
Or you can just buy the book and look at how hot she is on the cover. Frame
Or
it.
you
Some guys
could
will.
paste your head over hers
But-
and then look like you have her.
Yeah,
That's true.
Put that on Instagram.
But really, ladies, this is a great book to really get inspired, get some willpower, inspiration, because Maria really just got herself together. It's amazing, this book. So go get it very soon. You guys, go get it
I'll
too.
go get it. Yeah,
Get
sure.
it, get it,
I
get it
get
for
it.
your
The only thing is
girlfriends,
it
your
doesn't
wives, your best
include my
friends.
weight loss tip in there, which is
Yeah.
just don't eat anything because there's nothing to eat ever. I'm so hungry.
And while you guys are over there trying to get her book, also stop over on iTunes and rate, comment, give us a 5-star rating or not, but please give us a 5-star rating and keep the conversation going, as well as on YouTube. All right, so
Sounds like we're going home. It's only 11 minutes into the show. Are we
That's
done?
how you do it. And SmackDown ended. All
and
right.
goodbye. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
No, we're just getting started. All right, so we have Renee
get to
Young
some-
backstage interviewing B&B Bad News Barrett. I really like him. I really like Bad News Barrett. I like Barrett as Bad News Barrett. I think he's a good shtick. He is. He might be the #1 contender for Cesaro in my man box right now.
Yeah, I think she's gonna leave Cesaro.
It might happen if they
Yeah.
if they
I
don't
feel
start.
bad for him.
So, you know, me and Cesaro have been together for about a year now, so
That's long in wrestling relationships. It really is.
it really is.
Really long.
It is. Bad News Bear is talking smack about RVD, and then he goes on to talk about how the English are not afraid of the Irish because he's got a champion versus champion match tonight versus Sheamus, which for me it could have been the main event, but that's
It
just
should have been, but we'll talk about that.
Right.
Yeah.
I guess they were trying to build up to something bigger by not having this be the main event. But honestly, this was a great match.
Yeah.
It's a hard-hitting match.
Yeah, and we'll get to that.
Right.
We will get to that. The next match was the Divas match, which had Paige and Tamina in there. And all the while during this match, we had Alicia
Loved it.
teasing
Loved it.
Paige with her belt
Yeah.
throughout, trying to take pictures with the fans and just toying around with Paige. It was fun. Alicia was probably the one that stole the show.
Yeah.
She definitely did.
She's been doing it pretty consistently now.
Yeah.
It's a few things I loved about it. Alicia Fox, fellas, listen. Alicia Fox, yes.
Yeah.
Not only is she absolutely drop dead gorgeous in phenomenal shape, but she is a good worker. I know she's had her, issues in the past with some stuff, and some nitpicky people are like, she didn't do this right or she didn't do this right, but she was one of the divas who came in and was ready to go just right there off of Jump Street. And the fact that she came in being pretty much the female version of my gimmick on the indies, taking pictures of herself and parading around the match with the belt standing on the table, high-fiving fans even was my favorite. That was one of my favorite things. So yeah, she stole the whole show. She stole, not the entire show, but she stole that segment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that was the purpose for her to be teasing Paige and show that Paige should be feared. But it didn't really work out that well in terms of that. Paige did end up pinning Tamina anyways. I love Paige's move, by the way. I love her Paige Turner.
A Paige Turner, yeah.
Yeah, I really like it. But and her scream, her signature scream.
You mean her Daphne scream?
Basically, but
Sindel scream.
Yeah. The Scream Queen Daphne. Hey, I did a lot of shows with Daphne back in the day, so when I see somebody doing her gimmick, I still call it out. Yeah.
And at that point, you just have to respect it. And if somebody else is doing it, that means you're
Yeah.
popular. Good
That's
for
it.
you.
That's it.
I want to ask you guys, how do you guys feel about Paige in the WWE on Raw and on SmackDown and her move from NXT? Like, how do you feel about it? Do you think she's lost her momentum? Do you think she's gaining it?
Well, okay. Doing the NXT after show every week, I would get a chance to see her and saw her transition, and she was completely dominant down in NXT. She was bad, man. She was on top. She left NXT on top. She had both titles. Now, when she transitioned to WWE, she came in on the bottom. Now she shifted to the top real quick, but she's got this underdog fight as she fights for supremacy. And she's had to tone back her style because a lot of the other women she's fighting on the main roster don't quite gel with her vibe. So she's had to change a lot, and as a result, you don't see the quality Paige that we saw down in NXT, but there's a possibility that she could once again reach that.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, for me, someone who didn't watch as much NXT, obviously, not as much as you, hearing about Paige, I got to check out this girl. And then I called her on a couple of documentaries, and I found out about her family. And I'm, okay, I'm excited. I want to see this. And my concern is that the small stage of NXT, even though they try to make it as much like the big arenas as they can, it's not the 20,000 seat arenas of the world. So my concern is for people like her and people like Emma, who are super huge over in NXT, them expecting that exact same type of success as soon as they make it onto the WWE. Because on the main stage, a lot of the fans have no idea about NXT. They're still not watching NXT. Sure. They're watching the WWE. So these are new people to them. And every time you show up new, the fans look at you skeptical. They don't know if they should get behind you, if they should like you. They don't know anything about you. So watching her go through that, it's kind of interesting because the first day she showed up, they put the belt on her.
Right. Which I thought was huge.
It was.
I definitely wasn't expecting that because I knew that she was the women's champion down in NXT. And you were talking about the arenas and the difference between the crowds. The difference between a WWE Raw and SmackDown crowd and between an NXT crowd could not be any bigger.
Right.
The NXT crowd is basically an independent wrestling crowd. That's it. Now, when she stepped through that curtain, she was lucky to have the post-WrestleMania crowd that she had, which was a whole lot of people from over in England where she's from, so they knew her. But a lot of these people, these Americans, they don't know who she is.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
You guys are making.
You got to
really
give it time, and I know they want to like when they had Alicia Fox. She dropped the title to Alicia Fox in London, but then obviously got it right back.
Right.
My concern, I know what they're trying to do. They're trying to build her up more and give the crowd more time to get used to her and see her. But if you're gonna do that, then you got to give Alicia Fox more.
Sure.
Because if this is gonna be her first big opponent, and you want it to mean something, they should build Alicia Fox a lot bigger. Or put someone else in that slot who means a lot more, so one of the Total Divas, somebody like that. And then if you want Paige to get a name, have her beat them. That makes a huge difference. So you're only as good as the person, that you're in there with.
That's true. I mean, there's a lot of things going on because we have a lot of NXT people moving on into the WWE right now. So I was just curious about your take on Paige. And we obviously have, Bo Dallas, and we've got Rose.
Yeah, it goes all the way back to the Wyatts.
Yeah. But they're all coming in, real quick right now.
This happens,
like
what would you say, once every 2 years, 3 years? We get a
Something
big
like
influx.
that. I think it's going to start changing a little bit more, though, to have new people debut on a regular basis now that the training down there is as regimented as it is.
Yeah.
And people are meeting the goals set by the trainers down there. We're going to see more people debuting over the course of time.
Yeah.
Instead of in bursts.
Yeah. And that's nice. It would be nice to have a little less burst, like you said.
Yeah.
I would like it that way. But anyway, we got Sheamus backstage with Renee, and now he's talking smack about Bad News Bear, and they're still promoting this champion versus champion match, which is not the event of the night, but that's okay. It's cool.
That was the second. I think that was the second time we saw the big feature package on the first was the IC title, and then they ran a feature package on the US title. Yeah, so I'm thinking, this should be the main event.
Yeah, but for me at least, it's nice to see these titles mean somewhat something again, because it's been a while since they've been promoting that. When Dean Ambrose had the title, or when even Big E or even Curtis Axel had the title, it was kind of disappearing somewhere, and people would forget that, hey, there's these belts in there somewhere.
The belts have to be contested to actually maintain their meaning.
Yeah.
Which is sort of what we're seeing also with the tag team championships right now.
Yes.
The Usos really aren't defending, and they're not in a place where the belts mean anything for what they're doing. Mm-hmm. And it hurts the belts. It really does.
It does, and I want to see more of these belts in the limelight, because it's so important for me to watch this and create this storyline and this battle against each other, I guess, or rivalry.
I mean, it's tradition, it's history, and a champion versus champion situation is always huge.
Yeah.
And when you've got this built-in thing like English versus Irish, that's very serious to the people across the pond. That's a serious thing. So this is going to be a slugfest.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was looking forward to it. I hoped it was the main event. Did not turn out that way. But for the night, I think it definitely holds match of the night.
I agree. And we'll get to that match.
Yep.
But first, we have a Bo promo. Do you guys believe, first of all? Do you guys believe?
Believe it or not, I'm well aware of what this guy is, and I've seen plenty of him in NXT. He actually just got kicked out of NXT. That was pretty fun. That was definitely great. And the crowd does not believe, I don't think, yet.
But
or they
do
don't
you
know
believe?
not to believe. It's difficult to say. I believe that he is two-faced, cowardly, conniving, but I don't think anybody knows it yet.
Oh, you might have just given a spoiler.
No, there's no spoiler. It's
Nope,
right
that was
there
a-
on the network.
Yep.
Go watch NXT.
I'm telling you.
How are you?
I'm not believing in anything because I'm confused about what the hell I'm supposed to believe in.
Right.
Yeah.
He's the Tim Robbins.
he's like
Tony Robbins.
Yeah, Tony. So it's not
Tony.
Tony Robbins meets Tim Tebow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of what we're
Yes,
looking
that
at
is
here.
exactly what I was thinking. Not really, but yes, that is.
Take credit. That's
I
fine.
will
That's
take
it.
it.
I just don't know what to expect yet. Like, it's one of those things, I looked at it and I'm like, okay, different. It's original, I give it that. I mean, if you use original in copying a couple of other things that we've seen in the real world, which is what wrestling does. There's nothing wrong with that. But, yeah, I have no idea. I don't know what I'm supposed to get behind. There's nothing in this character that makes me want to get behind, and there's not enough there that makes me want to hate him yet.
Right.
So, yeah.
It's a time gimmick. So basically, over the course of time, he will keep doing the same thing until it begins to irritate you so that you want him to. And I'm paraphrasing real people on Twitter who say, "I want to see him hit by a bus."
Yeah.
And this is no joke. People hate him.
Well, because
Yeah.
he's overly happy.
Right.
If that makes any sense. It's like, whoa.
Like a walking Zoloft commercial.
back.
And it's false. You
Yeah.
get this feeling, the sense that it's not genuine.
Yeah.
And it's not, and you just hate it. You
Yes.
want to kill it because it's not real.
It's like, oh, come on, life isn't that great. We don't believe, or we do, or something. I don't know. You make me believe, maybe a little bit, but not. Okay, anyway.
Yes, you are. Yes, that is the general
That's
crowd
exactly
reaction.
what happens. So goes into the ring, and Xavier Woods is already there. We know what's going to happen, don't we? Xavier
Basically.
Woods.
It's that no intro rule again.
That's unfortunate. I like Xavier too. I think he's a really talented cat.
Yeah.
Xavier Woods got PhD'd in the Bodog.
Yeah. The
Oh,
Bulldog.
dog.
And he's got that extremely happy smile. So that was the match. Any thoughts on this match?
No.
Crowd did not know what was going on. Really, they
Yeah.
didn't get it. They couldn't get behind anybody. They sort of got behind Woods there for a second. They just didn't know what was
Yeah.
happening in front of them.
We never know what's happening when Bo Dallas comes out. That's the thing.
There's not enough of the crowd that has enough emotional investment, whether good, whether bad, to have a real reaction.
That
to
like what
either
I
one of
just
these
did, it was
characters.
quite confusing for me.
Right. That was it. That's
Yeah.
basically everybody in the crowd is just going, I kind of like it, I kind of don't like it, I don't know what to feel.
I'm gonna go get a beer.
Yeah, that's what
That's
you
what they
don't
do.
want.
Yeah.
You
don't
don't
want
want
that.
them to get up and walk away.
No.
Yeah.
You want them to cheer you, you want them to boo you, something. Give them something.
My favorite part was JBL because he had so much fun with the with all of the ridiculous gimmicks, just putting them over on the mic. And when he said, "People are gonna remember this right here in Atlanta,"
Yes. So-
Really, they feel this.
Let's talk about ridiculous gimmicks that JBL loves to talk about. Mask versus hair. Okay, which we're going to see in Payback, at Payback. But tonight we get Mask versus Ginger Mahal.
Basically.
What is happening to 3MB, man? I mean,
What do you
really?
mean? This is TV time. They have zero to complain about.
That's true, but there's a lot of people that I'm just curious about. Like I asked you guys about where's Atunga.
Yeah, they were.
Where's
JTG's not getting any television time. So
Yeah,
I don't even know where to
but
go
do they
with that
still
one.
get a paycheck? They do, right?
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
they're under contract.
That's
they have
pretty
salary.
sweet.
They're getting money.
That's not pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. They might be at Disneyland getting gloves or wearing gloves. Who knows?
Maybe. Yeah. SummerSlam's coming up.
That's
You know
true.
they'll be hitting Anaheim.
That's true.
My funny thing about Jinder Mahal is you bring in Rusev, and he's the big scary Russian / Bulgarian, whatever they want you to tell you.
He's
he is.
Bulgarian, but his
Yeah.
handler is Russian.
Yeah.
So they've blended it. Cesaro comes in. He gets a nice foreign gimmick. Gets to come in. Kali even gets a nice foreign gimmick. Sweet Tea, who originally came in as Tensai, really good foreign gimmick.
I wouldn't say it was good, but
Well,
okay.
it
was good. I don't think it was used right.
it definitely wasn't used
yeah.
right.
If you see anything from Japan, Giant Bernard in
Bernard,
Japan,
yeah.
he was a freaking monster.
Yeah.
What do you think of Yoshitatsu's gimmick?
All I know is that Yoshitatsu is still collecting a check.
Yoshi.
You see him every once in a while in NXT.
Yeah, he
Yoshi.
shows up in NXT, and but you have to think what Jinder Mahal comes in. He has that background, and they tell him, "Nah, this is what we want you to do."
They were trying it, though. I remember the days when Jinder Mahal would come ringside with his turban, take the turban off, and put it in a glass box while he wrestled. I remember that vividly, and I think it just got old. It got stale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
Those
don't
gimmicks
want,
can get
They don't want
stale.
the Middle Eastern gimmicks. They don't want that. Russian's okay right now, but not Middle Eastern.
I think
It's
there's-
too
Oh,
hot.
Europeans they like the European
Right,
thing.
right. That's safe. It's threatening, but it's
Yeah.
not overly
I'm
threatening.
not-
Like we're gonna all blow up.
I'm not
sort of
saying
deal.
Asian, which I want to see more Asian. But you know, this match was just fun. I guess you can say. I don't think Rome thinks it's fun. You know, you got
Thanks, a big old waste of time.
a man chasing a bull the whole entire time.
A bull who was chasing his tail that's not there.
Yeah, and Torito pins Mahal with the bull salt,
Yeah, that he almost missed.
which
Well,
Was-
the sunset power bomb that preceded that was actually pretty sweet. But yeah,
and then you get a standoff between Torito and Hornswoggle, and then their crew, and end of match.
I mean, I understand. I've seen debates on this because I'm not the only person that feels this way, and I've seen people say, well, you got to suspend your belief, which is cool. But look at what you're trying to sell me. You want me to suspend my belief on some stuff, but then not on other things, because the Daniel Bryan situation, very, very real. When you have Brock Lesnar coming in, very, very real, legitimate athlete. And then you're going to give me Torito beating a grown man.
Well, I just think that the fact that they did so well, they got a really nice response with the last pay-per-view. They just wanted to keep it going.
Of course they want to keep it going.
So,
It's money.
yeah.
right. I mean, it's money for them. These are guys who normally wouldn't get time,
Yeah.
who apparently seem to be taking their spot pretty seriously.
Yeah.
Well,
And
so go
that's-
them.
That's what these shows are about, really, is it's something for everybody. It's the circus. They got an act for every person in the crowd. If that act's not for you, man, they do have all these other acts
Yep.
that you can choose
Exactly.
your favorite.
Yeah.
But I still get to say it sucks. Okay.
Yeah, no, you do, and that's your opinion.
Hey,
That's
yeah.
fine.
Everyone has their opinion. But let's get to arguably the match of the night for us. Heyman's on commentary, and we've got the U.S. champion Sheamus versus IC champion Bad News Barrett. As we talked about, we were kind of hoping it might be the main event, but it wasn't. Heyman's there to talk shit, smack about.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Whatever.
Rosie's not here.
Rosie's not here.
I've done worse.
We don't care.
To Sheamus, because Sheamus is gonna go up against his boy Cesaro at Payback. Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of cool moves. I thought this was a really good match. I think they look really good together. They're, like, in terms of body-wise,
Well,
they're
it's
fit.
body-wise and style-wise. They
Yeah.
are basically the same height, almost the same build, and they have the European style.
Yep.
So honestly, you said a lot of cool moves. There really weren't a lot of cool moves. There was a lot of hard-hitting action.
Yes.
Physical
Just-
action.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Yes, I wrote that there was like this move. I don't know what the move is called, but when Sheamus is on the apron and he rams into Bad News Barry, who's on the floor.
That's a flying shoulder block.
Yeah.
That was really cool. Like they made everything look.
And Barrett with his running elbow. These guys
Yeah.
were trading. This was an even bout because of the fact that they both have these prestigious championships. They wanted to make both championships look equal and the holders equal as well. So basically, they were trading shots this entire time. Nobody was really up for an extended period of time.
Yeah, I mean,
It was really, really even. A lot of back and forth. Yeah, it was like a good NBA game.
It was a-
just both ways.
it was a good kind of brutal.
Yeah.
It was.
Even saw a Mick Foley running apron elbow. I think. Yeah.
Yeah,
We did see that.
Good
So,
stuff.
and Sheamus for the win with his bro kick. I was a little sad because I'm on Bad News Barry.
Well, at least it was out of nowhere. It
Yeah.
had zero setup. It was off a crucifix or
Yeah.
something like
Yeah.
that, and he just hopped up and barely got
Roll-up
it in the last
transition.
second, man.
loved it.
All of
Loved
his
that.
leg too. Like,
Yeah.
just all of it.
And
And
I-
Barrett's sale of it was phenomenal.
Was that a sell?
yeah, that's the question.
That's true.
Maybe it was a receipt for that kick
like,
earlier in the match.
Let me rest. Okay.
Because Barrett nailed Sheamus with the kick
Yeah.
early in the match.
And there was that backbreaker spinny thing that looked really cool. Excuse
Yeah.
my wrestling
Yeah.
lingo. But after Sheamus wins, he goes to Heyman, and Heyman gets scared and says,
He picks Heyman up right by his
Yeah.
tie. It's like, oh
Yeah.
man.
"Yeah." Heyman does a good job with all those expressions, but I
when
really
he
like
told
this match.
him good luck on Sunday.
That was so funny.
I didn't say anything. Good luck on Sunday.
Oh man, I think that may have something to do with the outcome of that match too.
Oh, we'll get there.
Maybe.
We'll
Right.
get there. Okay, Renee, again, backstage with the Usos. Question for you two. Quick question. Can you tell them apart
No.
yet?
Not without like a compass.
Yeah.
Compass.
There's got to be some way to tell. I mean, I know their tattoos are different and their face paint is different. Like it's consistently different. But I don't have the memory for that. I really don't.
Somebody actually tweeted. I think they tweeted all of us the diagram of which one wears
yeah,
the paint on
yeah,
the
I
right, which
saw
one
that.
wears the paint on the left, and the half sleeve tattoo. And I know all of this, but I still
Because
can't.
it still takes time to just.
Yeah, to know which is
Yeah,
which, and
definitely.
then I get even more confused because they have their real names on Total Divas, and they go by different names in the WWE.
Very confusing stuff.
Yeah,
They
so
gotta
it's way
stop
too
that.
much.
I don't even watch Total Divas, but that's just
Rome
terrible.
watches Total Diva.
Yeah, because it's full of hot women. Of course
Well,
I
there is
watch
that.
Total Divas. yeah.
That may be the only draw for me or anybody else, roughly.
Or you can, get your significant other to like wrestling. Women start liking wrestling because of Total Divas.
No, I think she started like wrestling because I'm a wrestler.
Well, that's-
that would.
Well,
I started
yes.
literally explaining everything that was happening, and she went, I can get into this now.
Aw, that's cute. Okay. Anyway, so now let's talk about Big E with the American flag, waving that around.
To Titus O'Neil, who had no entrance again.
Yes.
Whole lot of that going on.
Titus is there. Titus
Big E
has
came out like the black hacksaw.
Yes, yes. And so Titus is there. Lana comes in. She's looking hot and spicy and smoking. I think I like her entrance better than I like Rusev's entrance.
Oh, yeah, I
mean,
do. You throw a good-looking woman on, and I'm, you can call it sexist if you want to. It's true.
For me,
I'm watching.
That's not
Yeah.
true. I just think she's really good. And
Yeah.
I like the professionalism. She's very sexy, but she's wearing the suit, and
Yeah.
that's professional.
Yes.
She looks like she's management for talent.
Yeah.
I think that's great. That's a great dynamic.
very sexy management.
Right.
Very sexy.
But that's a real woman in power there. She knows how to use all of the tools at her disposal, if you know what I mean.
So Rusev comes in, but he's not in the match. He's just there to watch his future opponent get annihilated. Because as soon as the bell rings, Titus hits our boy Biggie and
From behind, nice and cheap and hard.
And he wanted to wait until Lana finished everything she had to say.
Yeah.
Before
And the bell rang, too.
Yeah.
Like, right as he hit him, the bell rang.
he waited.
Poor Biggie. Well, poor Titus, too, anyway.
Yeah,
I mean...
2 former football players.
Yeah.
Once again, getting 2 physical matches back to back.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
So that happened. And then we've got this flag-waving battle going back and forth, you know.
Yeah, right after Biggie put him away. That was weird.
It was weird.
pretty metaphorical.
Yeah.
It was weird. It was strange. Okay, and then we've got Rose versus Swagger. Rose with his Exotic Express going in there. It's a huge party. I mean, talk about an entrance. I don't know how long they're gonna have to keep that up because
Ever. They
Wow.
should just keep doing that.
I think they should pull in the bus.
Well,
I know they can't, but
it's a little tough. Last night at the Takeover live event, the party literally started outside and it went in and started the show. They literally went from outside to inside the ring and started the match.
they must be having
Fantastic.
so much fun doing that.
They
you
are,
know?
you can tell.
Absolutely, yeah. You know, Zeb Coulter is on commentator this time around because he's trying to back up Swagger. Swagger is so much bigger than Rose, by the way, but Rose is just very interesting. I do not know what to make of his character. I kind of like him, but he's kind of obnoxious at the same time.
Russell Brand.
Russell Brand.
He's just there to have fun. All of his offense really is just there to throw you off kilter.
That's exactly what he
it's
does.
head games, and,
Yeah.
and it made Swagger just take it back, and he had to go consult Zeb because he was getting so frustrated.
And I kind of like that it's different. The head games is what makes it really interesting because it's just
It's
different.
like what Goldust used to do.
Yeah.
But
Back in the late 90s. That was the exact same thing when we first saw that character. It was the other wrestlers didn't know how to approach it.
It was just Goldust was way more sexual than
Oh, yeah,
this
yeah.
is.
Which is why I really wish, I've been saying it for weeks, this Adam Rose gimmick deserved to be in the Attitude Era.
yeah, you
Because
keep saying that.
It could be wild.
It could be so edgy and so wild
True.
and so much more fun. Right now, I'm sorry, but the party looks goofy to me. I like the lemon. I mean, I
You're
know
goofy.
him, but yeah, I am goofy. But I like the lemon. I like the bunny because it's so just outlandish. If you're gonna go outlandish, go. But the rest of the people, I can kind of tell that they're just, it's just out there, just moving around, just trying to make it look like they're having a good time. And I'm like, some of you guys, like, they need to switch up the costumes, or that's what we were saying back when we were watching it. We're seeing the same type of stuff every week. I've been to a lot of rave parties. I never saw a guy dressed up like Waldo. It's that type of stuff. I want to see more realistic. Make it look like a real party. There's nothing wrong with real, legitimate partying.
And fun parties have different people,
Yeah.
It's not the same people at the party every time. It's different people, different characters and all that. And that's
Yeah.
what makes it fun and different. It's what you can see every time they come through the curtain. Oh, there's that. Oh, there's that. But when it's the same over and over, you lose that sort of surprise appeal.
I think eventually that whole party, I mean, the party chick's going to stay, but they're not going to keep all these people. I think that's probably what's going to have to happen. So Rose pins him with some humping, sexy little...
Well, he didn't do the humping part.
He
Yeah, he
did.
His crotch was in his face.
Did you want him to do some humping?
No, but he did.
okay.
I thought he did. Maybe
Nah,
I
he-
was just imagining things.
Yeah,
Yeah, you-
I totally was imagining things.
What's in that?
It's hump juice.
Oh, so many places to go.
I know. Welcome to our show. So we have a quick ultimatum recap because Daniel Bryan has an ultimatum that Stephanie McMahon gives him. He's got to give up his double belt or Brie will get fired.
Yeah.
We'll get to that. And now we're going to talk about the match, the main event. No disqualification, no count out, no pinfall, no submission, only win by the referee counting out. It is a last man standing match, which is kind of strange because we have a last man standing match a couple days later with Bray.
It's kind of a big deal. A last man standing match, you just don't have a casual last man standing match
Yeah.
before you have like a real last man standing match.
Yes.
Just confusing.
I'm gonna have a cage match to warm up for my Hell in the Cell match.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It was just like, okay. And then we had Bray in this match against, I get them confused. I think it's Jimmy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this was
Jimmy.
Jimmy. Jimmy was in this match.
Yeah. So it was a pretty good match. I accidentally elbow dropped the remote controller for a second. So these guys were kind of like, oh, I can't believe she did that.
No, it wasn't. It was people. She elbowed the remote right as Bray Wyatt is leaning on the steps at the very end. Jimmy took one step to run and everything went dark.
Wait, go back.
Yeah.
And then I said, blah. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. She was like, game over, and she walked out.
No.
Yeah.
As we scrambled to figure out what was happening, I gotta get this thing working.
So I can guess from your guys' reaction to my mistake that you guys enjoyed the match.
It was a good match.
It was enjoyable. A little confusing,
Yeah.
but enjoyable.
Yeah.
So I don't know why they did it. And I think we're going to see every variation of match between the Wyatts and the Usos and Cena. I think we're just going to keep seeing every I hope it ends on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, I think they're trying to put as many different ways that they could give us those 6 people.
Yeah.
I think it would have made more sense to have maybe Harper or Rowan
That's what I would've
versus
thought.
Jimmy for this last man standing, because doesn't this give Cena then the decided advantage?
True.
Since Bray just had to go through a last man standing match on Friday, arguably,
That's
or
very
Tuesday.
true.
It's weird. I don't know why I didn't sort of think of that.
Yeah.
Although if Bray wins then on Sunday, he's some sort of superhuman freak.
Yeah.
That's true.
I think they're trying to prove to us that Bray is tough, even though we already know.
Yeah,
Look
I was
at
gonna
him.
say,
How can he
we
not
already
be
know.
tough?
Yeah.
You try and do that back arch thing and walk around.
That
At
thing
300
looks
pounds.
scary with his long, wet hair, and then his sister Abigail looks just so creepy, like it belongs in a horror movie.
That's your noggin bouncing
Oh
off
my
the floor.
gosh. Yeah. All right, well, that wraps up SmackDown because we want to get to our Payback predictions. And yeah, so let's get to it.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Okay. So apparently this is the first time in a year and a half that the WWE title will not be defended at a pay-per-view. That's kind of surprising.
It's kind of a big deal. It
Yeah.
It shows how important this whole storyline is with Brian.
Yeah, yeah. And Daniel Bryan's not scheduled to compete. However, there will be the ultimatum that we'll get to. So let's talk about our predictions. First, we'll talk about the mask versus hair. Torito or Hornswoggle for the win, fellas?
Well, the last match was pure enjoyment and actually managed to surprise everybody by being fairly good. I think this may do the same. And yeah, you know what? Torito's gonna win it.
Torito, okay.
Yep. Hornswoggle's been bald before. I think he will leave bald again.
Okay. And how about you?
Whenever you have hair versus mask, especially when the mask is on a luchador, I'm going to go with hair.
Okay.
So I'm going with Torito for the win on that one.
Okay.
Or else you just have a creepy little man running around with these matadors.
Yeah.
Rosie also picked Torito, and I am going to pick Torito because I want some guacamole. Like my reason?
You can still get guacamole.
Yeah, still.
Hey, it's a ridiculous match, so I'm going to give you a
But if
ridiculous
Torito
reason.
wins, you're definitely not getting any carne asada. So,
Yeah, no,
That's true. Aw. What would I get if Hornswoggle? Cheetos? I don't know. I'm just thinking.
Cheetos. I think maybe corned beef and cabbage if you
Yeah.
want to go all the way back to the
Oh.
beginning.
That one went to a different direction.
Welcome to SmackDown.
Racist foods.
All right, next one. How about Rusev versus Big E?
That's a tough one. Big E's pretty established right now. Just came off a good title run. And you've got Rusev, who just came up from NXT. This is his first real opponent that he's had, basically. It really could go either way, but I think I'm going to go Rusev.
Okay.
He is going Rusev.
I am also going to go Rusev mainly because I think they're really trying to push Rusev, and I haven't seen them trying to push Big E recently, so that's my reason.
He got the push. He got a title. But to make a bad guy, you need to have the bad guy win.
Yeah.
What's Rosie going with?
Rosie is picking Rusev as well.
I should almost go with Big E off of that, but I will not, because as my fellow compatriot in the ring just said, to make a bad guy, you have to actually be one. So I am also going with Rusev.
Okay. All right. Next one is for the Divas title.
And he's beat all the other black guys anyway.
That's true.
True story. Except JTG.
Yeah.
Hasn't beaten JTG.
Hadn't beat him up yet.
He will. I'm just kidding. Divas title, Paige versus Alicia Fox. I will go first. I think Paige will retain.
Yeah, I like what Fox is doing. I really like it. It's different. It's created all this sort of buzz, and she deserves to be in the spotlight because she's stepped up her game so very much. But I don't think they're going to change hands that quickly. So I think Paige will retain it until it actually means a little bit more.
Okay.
The funny thing is, how can it mean any more than it did when AJ had it?
I know AJ did
For
such a good job.
so long.
It sort of went laterally. You had AJ, who was the anti-diva, to Paige, who's the anti-diva, and now the Divas champion, but it's confusing.
Yeah, I still kind of feel weird about how Paige got it. Anyway.
It was a last-minute thing. If you want to go leave and get married, you got to lose the title, and somebody's got to pick the damn thing up.
Yep.
That's a whole different after show.
Yes.
How did that happen?
Normally, I would say Alicia Fox in this situation because I think there's more money in Paige chasing than there is of her leading with the belt.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Uh-huh.
But in this situation, because she just dropped it in London and then just won it right back, I believe that she will retain this Sunday.
Okay. As Rosie also picks Paige. Oh my gosh, I think I might have mostly the same picks as Rosie. Which
we all
scares
have
me.
the exact same picks.
Which, oh my gosh. Okay, well, we're going to have a tiebreaker, so it's okay. We also got the IC title. We've got Barrett versus RVD. I am going to say Barrett because RVD comes and goes like the wind in the WWE.
Yeah, it's not the wind that you're smelling there.
How about you guys?
Well, I would like to see RVD pick it up just to have everybody sort of just be quiet.
Okay.
Yes, he's got a part-timer's contract, and that's fine. He's paid his dues. He's still one of the best in-ring talents, despite his infrequency of being there. And he could pick this title up and defend it at his leisure. But it's tough to say. This is one of those real toss-up ones. I'll probably say Barrett retains.
He's hot. Okay.
Yeah, that
Really?
doesn't have
That was
anything to do with it.
Yeah,
That has everything to do with it. No, I'm just kidding.
I think for RVD this Sunday there'll be some bad news.
Okay.
I'm going with bad news Barrett as well, just because his gimmick is hot right now.
It's so hot.
And not in the way that you're saying it.
But it is
and,
in many levels.
Yeah. Okay.
He's like
but-
twitching at me.
So not used to this. Sexualization. We are more than just meat,
Oh man.
Not
so
on the
yeah.
show. No, I'm just kidding.
Not when she's leaving. So yeah, I'm going with Barrett.
Okay. Did I give you Rosie's?
No.
Rosie picked Barrett as well.
God, they are all the same.
We are literally the same.
So
all the way
either
around.
this pay-per-view is super predictable or we're all just going to fall down altogether. U.S. title, Sheamus versus Cesaro. I'm really sad to say this. I think Sheamus is going to beat my baby, my booski. My boo sauce. Don't kill me, Sarah. Don't worry. But yes.
What just happened?
I don't know. I really don't. Those are a whole lot of words I'm not familiar with. Maybe I haven't read that book.
I was talking out loud. I'm sorry this happens.
Yes, that was out loud. We all heard that.
It's just us in here and
Everybody else.
everyone on the
Embarrassment.
yeah.
Sunday.
Rosie picks Sheamus as well.
Oh, this is just going bad.
I'm gonna go the other way. I think Cesaro's gonna pick it up.
Okay, I hope you're right.
Just to break it up. I'm
Okay.
probably gonna be wrong, but
Watch, it's like the one that gets you the win.
Well,
you gotta take chances.
I can't say it's going to just get him the win because I would like to see Cesaro have something to go with this Heyman push. So, this is a hard one because I know in my gut it's telling me Sheamus is gonna win.
Right,
and
because
continue to...
you have to see where Sheamus is going. If Sheamus loses the title, where's he going to go from here? Really nowhere, so why would they do that? I mean,
Yeah.
Cesaro could stay where he is, and it would be fine because he's got Heyman. Heyman
Yes.
equals heat, and so just all that, it leads you to believe that Sheamus is going to retain.
Yeah,
Cesaro has had the title before.
he has. It's been some time. He
Yeah.
has. It's a hard one. Screw it. I guess I'm going to stick with my SmackDown people, and because I know Sheamus is gonna win.
Yeah. I just.
I want to break up the monotony and join you, but I just every time
he
I
doesn't
vote
want to
against
lose.
every time I vote against Sheamus, it goes bad. So I'm gonna go with Sheamus.
Okay.
As long as Donica loses the title, I'll be happy. He's got that damn predictions title.
Oh.
I predict
yeah.
that Cesaro will bring out a tanning light and Sheamus will run away. And Cesaro wins.
I don't think it will work. I think he's immune.
Sheamus goes back into his coffin and it closes.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe he could do the vampire gimmick.
Could you close that, fella?
I know, right? Okay, so I want you to go first, Rome. Last man standing match, Cena versus Wyatt. That's a tough one for me.
This is probably the hardest one of all of them. We're 1-1 so far. We had a Cena win. We've had a Wyatt win. It's last man standing, but Cena doesn't lay down. He never dies.
He
Yeah.
never dies.
Never give up. Never surrender.
He's got a mansion in Florida.
Yeah. He's saying curse words on Raw. So
Oh, he's hardcore.
yeah. So I'm gonna go with Cena
Okay.
for the win here. I'm almost getting a little tired of the Cena Wyatt deal, so it's like let's put it to bed. Move on
Okay.
to something new.
Yeah, I'm probably going to go with Wyatt on this one. I think they're going to push it to SummerSlam because it's a hot ticket right now. They want Cena to be engaged and involved in something that's not for the title, and people like Wyatt, so there's some contention. It's a hot subject. I think they'll continue to push it, so I think Bray's going to pick up this one.
I have that exhausted face with the Cena Wyatt thing.
They're overdoing it. They're using it
It's
too much. They're
oversaturated.
shoving it down our throats, and we're getting a little sick and tired of it.
It's oversaturated.
Yeah.
But
Especially if all you guys pick Wyatt, then I'm definitely sticking with Cena. That'll be my Cesaro.
fine.
I would be more interested if they had, Harper and Rowan become tag team against and go up for the belt.
Well, we thought that was gonna happen.
Then that didn't. But they're still there. Okay.
Yeah.
I am going to pick Cena. I always pick Cena over Wyatt for some reason.
Well, no, you have a good reason to. He doesn't ever give up. He won at WrestleMania, so it's the last man standing. Why would he suddenly lose now? But at the same time, it's not WrestleMania, so he does have a greater chance of losing because it's not on the big stage.
Very
so
true.
I do think that Wyatt could win, especially because he's got the family. Something weird could happen. They're gonna tie him up or something weird where he can't, get up or something weird like that. But
Okay.
I'm still gonna go with Cena because he'll just break handcuffs or
he's
whatever.
nuts.
All right.
He's crazy. Yeah.
Rosie picks Cena as well. And we've got two more, plus a tiebreaker. We've got the...
I think the fans should give us the tiebreaker from now on, so Rosie can
Yeah,
stop just
Rosie,
making it
your
up.
tiebreakers are awkward.
We didn't even
Tiebreaker,
we didn't even get a phone call, Rosie.
Yeah, it was just like, this is a tiebreaker.
This one is who's the first one eliminated in the Shield Evolution match.
Okay, let's do the
And
tiebreaker.
I try to get more creative with the tiebreakers, but he doesn't listen to me.
Okay, so think about that while we finish the
Yeah,
matches.
we gotta finish the last
The
one.
no holds barred elimination match, Evolution versus the Shield. I think the Shield is going to win. Is that boss Z? of me?
Not if you factor in Batista.
That's why, because Batista has got Guardians of the Galaxy coming up. He's got
to leave. He's got press junkets and all that.
Yep.
So he's got to go.
Yeah.
I'll probably say Shield myself. Yeah.
Okay. Rosie picks, where is it at? He picks Evolution, and he writes Ambrose turns on the Shield.
He's been calling that for like 8 months.
He's like hoping that it gets it right.
It was in WWE Magazine.
Oh.
They messed that up.
Oh.
So I don't know if they caught it and they're not going to do it because it was something that they messed up on and they don't want to give it away, but they definitely tipped their hand.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh man. The last time I picked Evolution in this match.
So?
This time I am going to pick
Come on.
the Shield.
Okay, the Shield. All right. And then we've got 2 more questions. What will happen with Daniel Bryan? Will he drop the title, get Brie fired, neither, or both? Rosie's.
That's just convoluted. It's just.
Yeah.
Why is this a question? It's not a match.
Yeah,
Why are we predicting that?
I say we don't predict that.
That's not even a match. I'm not predicting that.
Kaori Takee override Rosie. Okay.
I think Brie though will sacrifice herself, become the hero, and Bryan will retain and continue. That's what I think.
All right. And real quick, tiebreaker. Who's the first one to eliminate a Shield Evolution match?
Oh crap! I don't know.
Ambrose.
What do you think, Ambrose?
Ambrose? Really?
I don't know.
I know that's tough.
Yeah.
I say, let me think about it. And
Yeah.
For Christ's sake, we just passed it around the whole table. There's no one to pass it to.
Yeah.
Screw it. It's gonna be.
I think it's gonna be.
It's gonna be Batista.
Batista?
Batista's first one out.
I don't know. I
still don't
doubt
know.
it.
I don't know.
That's not even my official
I will
answer.
email my picks, and you guys will see it on Rosie's
you
Twitter
go.
page because I don't know. And in the meantime, guys, where can everyone follow your lovely selves?
Freaking phone is going crazy. Yes, I have a cell phone. This is America! And you can find me on Twitter at True Hobo and on YouTube, Soapbox Car TV, where I defend this beautiful belt. It is real. It is gold. It is in my hands. And go on to ProWrestlingTees.com/hobo. Pick up a swanky shirt.
I think you should pawn the belt and get some place to stay. But you can always find me on Twitter, Rome the Ruler, or on IG at Empire of Rome. There I go.
And you can follow me at KAORIOUS on Instagram as well as Twitter. And we will catch you guys next time. See you later.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
You can't see me.
See you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.